Hey everyone, my name's Leslie, and if you haven't figured it out already, I have a huge fascination with birds. And so primarily what I've been posting has just been off of two bird feeders that I have. Kind of a funny story. I actually got one from my brother and sister-in-law for Christmas, and then unbeknownst to them, my parents also got me another bird feeder. But I've had a blast with them. I love watching all the different kinds of birds that are showing up. So I thought I might expand a little bit on the channel. I have a huge fascination also with gardening. I'm in no way an expert by any means whatsoever. I would still consider myself a beginner or a newbie, but I just really enjoy it. I love being out in nature, getting my hands in the soil, my feet on the ground. There's just something calming and peaceful about it. So I thought I'd give you a little tour. Nothing extravagant. It's a very simple garden, but I'm really proud of it. So I bought this house 4 years ago, and when I did, there was no floral gardens or anything like that on the property whatsoever. Actually, there were only 3 bushes, and I'll show you where those were located here in a minute. But over the course of the 4 years, I've put a lot of time and effort and a lot of money. Let's be honest, gardening is not cheap whatsoever, but I've really, like I said, enjoyed it. So I thought about just giving you a little tour, kind of showing you what I'm going to be working on today. It's probably not going to get all finished today because I'm getting a bit of a late start. It's just about 2 o'clock now in the afternoon, but we'll see how far we get. Okay, so this is the front flower bed, and it is a huge mess. This is what I'm going to try to focus on cleaning up as much as possible today. So over the course of the late fall, my father and my boyfriend actually put a water softener in the drain. And so unfortunately, that drain had to come out, obviously from the crawl space, and then out into my front yard. So still a huge mess. I also have some just standard bird feeders, as you can see here as well. The birds have wreaked havoc. This is a mess. I also have 3 fish that are currently in my heated garage. So I need to clean out this tank. I want to reposition it. I think I'm going to do it parallel to the house, long ways. So a lot of cleanup. I do have, I believe they're heuchras. Don't quote me on it. Like I said, I'm a newbie. I'm not an expert whatsoever. But I think I'm going to move those as well. And then I've also got 4 different bags of river rock. Ideally, I would have this come in by the truckload, but I just kind of wanted to touch this flower bed up. So hopefully it's going to be enough. Try to move some of this rock back over, bury my hose that irrigates the garden. So we'll see how far we get. Like I said, some cleanup from the hostas that are just kind of hanging out over their dead, and clip some of these hyacinths that have kind of had their course. So again, this is going to be my primary focus for today. We'll see how far we get. Over here, I've got some more cleanup. Again, you can see some of the weed barrier coming through. I have some electrical that we're going to be working on hopefully this spring to get outlet put on the front of the house. Currently, I only have 1 outlet. I do a lot of decorations during the Christmas season, and so hopefully I can have that hooked up and ready to go. Also, I think it'll be really nice because the fish pond will have a fountain for that, so hopefully, like I said, we can get that done this spring. I need to clip some of these back. My poor daffodils, they didn't bloom, but that's okay. Alright, so coming along, again, I've got more baby's breath on either side of the steps. Again, most of this needs cleaned up. I need to repaint the porch. It's looking pretty rough. Again, that's not going to happen probably anytime soon, but this is kind of a continuation of the front flower bed. Again, some more daffodils that I don't think are going to bloom at all, but that's okay. Again, it's just part of it. Sometimes got some other flowers popping up, as you can see, hopefully. Again, I'm not a videographer either. So I apologize in advance for that. Some tulips that did not bloom either, but I've got the leaves hanging out. And then coming around the front of the house, or I should say the side of the house, I've got some irises towards the back, flush with the house. Some hostas popping up, as you can see. And then I also have my hydrangea bushes, so I've got 3 of those. And then some phlox over here. Looks like they're about to start blooming. You can see that. So again, I'll probably get some of the leaves out of here. That's looking pretty rough. I do have a fern over here as well. Again, I don't know if you can see it or not, but it looks like it's gonna try to pop up and bloom as well. So again, I'm not gonna get to this side of the flower bed today. I'm just gonna focus on that first portion that we looked at. So I did mention a minute ago, this house did not have any flower beds whatsoever. So I have done all of this river rock by hand over the course again of the last 4 years. I did most of it last year. So yeah, that's been a challenge for sure. Overall, I'm pretty pleased with it. Like I said, it's not anything extravagant by any means. But when I bought the house originally, the only thing that was up against the house was the different bushes. I did transplant those to the back of my property, and they're actually doing really good and thriving. Again, I'll probably show those maybe in this video, if not maybe a later video. And then also I bought some plants today at Menards. Nothing crazy. This is probably the least amount I've bought. And I don't plant a lot in the spring, especially annual stuff. I usually wait to plant most of my annual flowers in May, but I did buy, I had to, the colors were just gorgeous. So I did buy some petunias, 3 different colors, as you can see. I bought some more ajuga. I don't know if that's how you say it or not. I actually had these in the front flower bed where I showed you where the water softener drain came out. I don't think most of them is not going to come back. I think it got ruined through all the digging. Again, not a huge deal. That provides like a ton of coverage in the flower bed, so we'll see. I probably won't put that in the front bed again. I might put that somewhere else, but we'll see how that plays out. And then I also bought 3 different columbines. Thought those were really pretty. I've never had a columbine plant before, so we'll see if I have any luck. And then I bought some tulips. They were on clearance. Again, they're pretty much spent. I don't know how much longer I'll have with the blooms, but again, that's okay for the price. I couldn't pass them up. And then lastly, I also bought a peach tree. So I went to Kroger, Freedom Tree Farms, is it? I love peaches. I've never had a fruit tree before. I have planted some other trees. Again, I'll probably show those maybe in a later video. But I thought this would be fun. And of course it has the flowers during the springtime. So again, I'm a sucker for anything that has flowers on it. So especially if it's a tree. But so again, I'm hoping to get everything in the ground today. I'm not sure if I will. If not, I'll try to get them in tomorrow. But we'll give it a go and see how it goes. So I decided to put the ajuga at the back of my property, so in one of my back flower beds. I had originally put some wood chips underneath this flower bed, so it's looking kind of gross, but I'm gonna let the rain kind of soak that mulch and stuff back underneath the rocks. We are supposed to get some rain tonight, so I haven't watered anything that I planted. I'm gonna let God take care of that for me. But I thought this would be a nice space if I kind of come out. This is just one piece right here. It needs cleaned up too, so I'm kind of starting at the front of my house, you know, for the spring, and I'll work my way back to my backyard gardens. But this is my elderberry bush, and I just thought it would be really pretty to have this deep color from this, you know, covering a lot of this space as it takes off. So I will get this cleaned up eventually, but yeah, I'm just really excited to have it with my elderberry bush. I actually planted this, I think, back in 2019, if I'm not mistaken. When I bought it, it was about 2 foot tall, and as you can see, it's well over probably 7 foot now. But when this thing is in full bloom, it just is gorgeous. So I think the color contrast between the ajuga, I'm probably not pronouncing it right, I don't care, but I think it'll look really nice, and it'll be nice. I don't have a lot of spring flowers in my backyard, so once this takes off, I think the purple will be really pretty. I need to clean up a lot of this. I've got having a brain freeze, surprise lilies back here, so I'll cut the leaves down. Don't mind this metal, and I've got a lot of cleaning up I need to do back here, but yeah, I just wanted to show you where I put that. So let's take a look at the rest. All right, so here's one of the pots I planted with some pansies. I ended up going with all of the same color in this pot. I just thought it would look really good having all of the same color, but again, I'm not going to water these tonight. It is supposed to rain a little bit later, so I won't mess with that then. All right, so here is a second planter. Again, I just did all white of this. I thought that'd be really pretty hanging by itself. Really enjoy that. And then I have my whiskey barrel that is plastic. I think I got it at Lowe's or Tractor Supply or something, with my lantern. It lights up at night, so I thought that would be really pretty as kind of a centerpiece. But again, I did every other of the purple and blues, and then the whites are in the middle, so they look a little sad right now. I did water these just because I was spraying down some of the rock in the front flower bed, so I went ahead and did water them a little bit. So I did try to blow out some of the leaves underneath the rose bush. This thing is still, it needs some love. I did try to prune some of it. You'll probably have seen that in some of the videos, or portion of the video beforehand. I really need to go through and continue to clip these little guys. Once this starts blooming though, you can't tell any of that. So right now, just because it's not bloomed, it does look, it's a bit of an eyesore, but and I should probably shape it a little bit better so it's kind of uniform, but I honestly like the dimensions of it, so I don't really trim this probably as much as I should, but I do like the coverage that it provides. So my poor tulips, I did decide to plant them in the front bed. Again, I don't have a lot of spring flowers that have popped up. I have planted several bulbs, daffodils, tulips over the, you know, the course of the time that I've lived here. Never had a lot of luck with the tulips that I planted. So like I said, they're kind of wilted and look sad, but I'm gonna enjoy them for the next, you know, however long I have, and then I'll trim them back. So I ended up cutting in the daffodils. Again, those never did bloom. Not sure why. I ended up planting the columbines kind of in a diagonal row. Again, no rhyme or reason. I don't have, you know, I don't make things super uniform in my flower beds, but I really enjoyed how those turned out. I like the colors. Again, hopefully I have good luck with them and they'll come back next year. I actually moved the hukra over just a little bit. I'll zoom out a bit and you'll see that I did switch the fish pond to a long ways instead of, you know, it coming out towards us. I like the way that this looks a lot better, and I think the pallet boards covering that will make it look a lot nicer. Once this is up and running in the summer, it'll look beautiful. Right now it's kind of gross, but I still need to clean that out, but I'm gonna wait. We're gonna get a lot more rain, I'm sure, over the next month or so, so I'll probably have to repump that again, give it a good scrub, and then I'll put the fish and the plants in there. I trimmed down the rose bush quite a bit, as you can see. Again, this one was huge a couple years ago. I cut a lot of it back last year. It didn't get as big as I was hoping last year, but I got a lot of, I think, the dead stuff off. I probably need to come in now that I'm looking at it again and trim up a bit more, but we're gonna let it do its thing and see what comes of it. Again, here's the columbines. I like this purplish blue one too. So the bird feeders, I've decided that I'm not going to put seed back in them. I think what I'm going to do, actually, I haven't completely decided, but I think I'm going to do a whiskey barrel, fill it with concrete, and put these in there. I just really don't like having all the seeds in the flower bed. As you could see in the video, I had to get a bunch of the grass and such out. I didn't get all of it. I do need to come back through probably again and get, you know, some of the rest of it out, but like I said, I've had enough of it today. So I'm still going to decide what I'm going to do with these. I do enjoy having them. This is the front, you know, so I can sit on the couch and watch the birds from the front window, but I don't know. So I'm going to leave them empty for now because I don't want to fill them again and then have to clean up all that debris again. So we'll see what I decide with those. Cleaned up the hosta stuff a little bit and covered some river rock with the weed barrier that was showing. Again, once the hostas are in full bloom, you can't see that, so I'm not that concerned about it. I'm not really OCD. I just kind of let my garden run its course, I guess. And then I did trim back some of the baby's breath a little bit. Not great. I could probably come in and clean it up a bit more. Again, I'm not that concerned about it because once it does start blooming, it'll take off and kind of hide that, you know, the stuff from last year that it was growing on. So this is basically what I have left. I have several pansies left. I definitely have more space that I could put them in, but I'm actually going to my mom's tomorrow to work on her garden, or one of her gardens, I should say. So I think I'm going to give those to her. She's got some little whiskey barrels in the front of her house. I thought that would be some nice color for this spring. And this jewel, I didn't get it planted today either. I still haven't decided where I want it. I really would like to put it at the front of my house, but I'll probably end up putting it towards the back of the property. But again, I'll probably get to that maybe tomorrow or Sunday. Well, that is a wrap for the day. I feel like I accomplished a ton. I've been looking at this flower bed most of the winter and just like kicking myself for letting it kind of get to where it got at that point. But you know, it happens. We get busy with our lives and whatnot. So I feel like I accomplished a lot. I'm excited that it's spring. Can't wait to tackle some of my other flower beds. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Please don't be too critical. This is my first one. Not sure if it'll progress or what that'll look like. I certainly enjoy still watching those birds on my cameras, but I thought maybe mixing it up would be nice too. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Be nice. Don't leave mean comments because no one likes mean people. And at the end of the day, just go outside. It's what we should be doing. Enjoy nature, God's creation. We have so much to be thankful for. We'll see you next time. Thanks.